I have no idea. You let me do the buttons myself. Am I really here? I think I am. It's Taco Tuesday, Patty Beck. So it's a good day. If it looks like my mouth is on fire, it's because it is Taco Tuesday. This is Mary Gunn. We are ready to... You have the Oreos. Brought the Oreos. I had them this afternoon. Okay, I'm going to hit intro. Hi, Lee. Good to see you guys. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, Mary Gunn. I'm Mary Gunn, fun founder and head professor of Fun University. Your intrepid hostess to Craft Roulette, which is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge. And then Fun University comes along and we talk about the parameters we had last week for the improvisational card making we did. And they thought I couldn't remember poetry. It's okay. I really can't. But that's okay. Looking like we have a full house, front row, back row, and everywhere in between. But if you are here for the first time, please let us know in the comments. And if you're watching a replay, please let us know in the comments. It's always nice to hear when you see this and what you think. So, well, usually what you think. Be kind. It's nice. The last week, what did we do? We had some good spins. We had coral and cool colors, which is controversial. We had element, which was pocket. We had the project of 4.4 by 6 card. And we had a random of miniature, which turned out to be really fun. We're gonna go down all of those and decipher them a little bit and talk about them. Mostly, we are going to defend my position of cool colors, including yellow and pink on that. And then I do have a really cute little card to show you some ideas on how to hide things. One card, three hidden places. I did a scrapbook thing. One layout, 8 stories. I guess I'm multitasking on my projects this week. Tonight, housekeeping, we have some great July sponsors. If you are a patron and you haven't turned in your card this week, you might want to, because this is the last week for our spin sponsors, Trinity Stamps, and a cherry on top to be giving away their $25 gift certificates. That's not a bad thing. Hey, Mari Clark. And so make sure you do that. We do have a great guest coming up, Marianne Samuelson, so you're going to want to see her too, because she is our next spin sponsor. That's all great. I do have a mail call, but I got a mess on my desk right now, so we're going to go through the mail call after we go through my mess on my mess. So the controversy was, can yellow and pink be? Can they be cool colors? And I say yes, they are. But there are limitations and caveats and combinations that you need to know about. Maybe. Anyway, I don't know. Look at this little pile of stuff here. So generally, when you say warm colors, cool colors, the line of demarcation is like right in here, kind of right in here where you have, or actually more of over here, I think. I don't know what people think of red violet. I think I have the case that it is cool. But these, okay, so you think red, orange, yellow are all going to be warm colors, and they are action colors, they're hot colors, they're the colors of the sun, of volcanoes and all that. These then are the blue colors, and those are the cool colors in general. They make icy, cold drinks, snow, all those cold things are over on this side. So, but what happens when you've got something that's really close to the warm and cool? Well, that's where you get the little bit of haze there on how you can make a cool pink and a cool pink and a cool yellow. And that's what I'm going to talk about just briefly. I don't have a really good example, but I tried to make it. So, interestingly enough, so you've got the red right here, correct? So if you go right next door to red violet, it's got red in it, but does it look hot? Would you see that in a volcano? Do you think that of a sun color? I don't. It also has blue or violet in it, and a blue violet at that. And so you've got some blend of a cool and a hot, warm color. And so if you have those two together with some white, you're going to end up with a cool pink. Let me see if this is... Here's what I did on this. This is my samples. I'm here to justify myself. Justify. Oh, I see Heidi Ryan, Deputy Heidi's here. And who was it? They said they were going to go all deputy on me. Marie Stewart, I think. They were going to go all deputy on me when I said that you could have cool pinks and cool yellows. So, okay, so if you have a pink that has a bluish undertone, such as a real pretty pink and a hot pink, a baby pink, hot pink, those can be, oh my gosh, they really can be coolish. Compare those two. These guys, these peach and coral kind of pinks that have a yellow undertone. Those are definitely more warm, and which actually they end up being a little more corally. So if you look at those side by side, you can perhaps see, I hope, that indeed this feels like it could be a little bit of a cool pink, and this could be a little bit of a warm pink. And I did that up here as well. I added some re-inker, which I thought was a red violet, close as I could find a red violet, to some gesso, and then just made it pink. So there we have and then this was like a peach with some white gesso, and so that it became more of a warm, it's kind of washed out here, but a warm pink and a cool pink. Oh my gosh. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me, but there you go. So that's the color of the ink itself. So I am never, but here's my promise. It will be a fluke if I have warm colors or cool colors on the wheel again. It's just going to be, it's a promise to myself. Okay, so yellow. Yellow was harder to show, but here's the warm and cool pink. Yellow is harder to show, but if you have a yellow-green, it's going to have some blue in it. And if you have some green, it's going to have some blue in it. And so, because it's a primary color, and so green is a secondary or tertiary color, and it's going to have some blue and some yellow. So there could be some blue undertones on a yellow, which would make it feel, this one is the best example I could find, was a little bit of a cool yellow, kind of a chiffon-y yellow. When I thought of that, I thought, oh, a light, airy yellow chiffon, lemony chiffon dress. Definitely a cool feel. And then this is going to be more hot, more in line with a true yellow. So that yellow is a little harder, but to show, especially with greens, because they tend to break up when you separate them. And but there it is. That's kind of a greenish tone yellow. So that's all I've got. You can disagree with me, it's fine, but that's all I have it broken down to. And so yes, there is an argument that you can have pink and cool pinks and cool yellows. You got to think big spectrum, there's a lot of colors on this wheel that are not present. There's colors in between all of these. There's colors in between all of these, this way and this way. So to have those all accounted for on a wheel would be as big as the world, maybe bigger. All right. So that was that. If you're going to throw something, throw 20s. That's right. If I can justify it, which I think I made a fairly good case. I don't know if it would hold up in court, but anyway, the Court of Color wheel. That's what I got. 4x6 projects. Did you guys like them? I thought they looked pretty good. I thought the projects that you were making turned pretty good. I did do a little math. This is always check my math. Get that red pencil out, Deputy, because I may not have this right. But an A2 card is just almost 23 square inches, just a little bit more, less than a half more. And a 6x4 then is 24. So they are virtually the same amount of space in just a little different configuration. But a mini slim, saying that it's 6 inches by 3.5, is 21 square inches, and that makes a 6x4 3 inches larger, which is, I think, pretty interesting. So if you feel cramped, and it may just be by project, if you feel cramped with a mini slim, step it up to what I think that's a mini little chubby, isn't it? A 6x4. And then maybe you'll have a little more space and you'll feel some elbow room, and that you will have some am I exonerated, Deputy? You're not going to take me to the hooskow? Anyway, so that's just a word to you to chuck back in there in your brain somewhere when you're thinking about card sizes. Mini slim, a little too small. Give it a little bit. Just give it a half an inch at the bottom, and you'll have something more to work with. So, all right, coral is actually a peachy pink. It's a warm pink, and then so if you have a warm peachy pink, like a red orange, you're gonna go across to blue green, which I think you guys were found out that's like compliments. They look really good, which ended up being the colors that I used, the blue green and the coral or the red orange. And then I added a little green, and and a little bit of gray. I think I counted gray. But that was my 4x6, and then it has a smaller card on top of it. So, and that was mostly because it looked stupid all the way across, and it just looked like this was disproportionate. So I had to change it up a little bit so that it worked a little bit better. This week, when you're going through the gallery, which is fabulous, well done, everybody, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the patrons' cards coming in. But as you look through the gallery, also notice how people used colors. If they use the coral as the dominant color or the secondary color on using how much they used, or did they just pop them in there for accents? That's always something that is hard to explain on the show because there's so much going on. But that is something that when you're making your cards, you can decide that too. So you can decide whether you want to have, like, if it says coral +2, you can decide whether you want coral to be the hot shot of the show of your card, or do you want that to just be pops of accents, or like the second place kind of card or color. So we learn so much during this show when we think about it. There's a lot of options out there, and so I think Fun University is kind of fun to go over those things. Pockets, holy moly. Pockets were so fun. Pockets were just a blast. You guys really did a great job. There were obvious pockets. No, but I don't think there was any like pocket of snow left over or anything like that, but a pocket being a bag or envelope, sack or cavity. There was a pocket watch, Sue Harris, very, very good. There was even a pocket on a tree, which I thought was fabulous. There were tags coming out of the pocket. Now, in the description, it didn't say anything about tags, so you guys a lot of you made a creative decision to add that tag to the pocket, but there were tags in bottles with boats, Tanya Bird, in a nest, Anna Rebadou. Apron, I'm still laughing. Pockets became the miniature element, or the miniature parameter, which was a double kind of get two things done with one element. Mailboxes, I thought those were an interesting kind of idea for Anaya and Bonnie to use. I like those little mailboxes. They're just cute, right? We'll see you later, Teresa. Glad you came by. Flower wrapper, Marie Stewart had that. I thought that was kind of clever. A lot of envelope cards and kangaroo pockets. Kristen and Susan, very clever. Lots of just regular, like you'd find. You know what we didn't see. Remember a while back when women's jeans had all that bling on the behind? We didn't see any of those. We didn't see a blinged out behind pocket, but that's kind of fun. A hot pocket Baby Yoda had, that was Anna York's 6th Star Wars card. So if you haven't gone over to the gallery to enjoy it, please do. It's always a lot of fun. We will have the full gallery on Friday at the pre-show tailgate party at 6:10 on Craft Roulette's on the Craft Roulette YouTube channel. Random was miniature, a little bit, miniature, we just throw those in there all the time. We don't even realize it. But sometimes there's something about having that darn wheel spin it that makes it go, oh, we got to throw something little in. So, but they were really clever. There was Caitlin Anthony did a little tiny sentiment that was hidden that was miniature. We had a miniature candy bar. Well done, Terry Wygan. Miniature tiny bells on an ornament by Karen, and Christine Brumet did tiny ornaments for her Santa Claus. So I thought it was just an interesting parameter to have us thinking in proportions. And what does a proportion mean on a card? And we do make those decisions every card, but just another one of those, let's bring it up to the top of your brain and go, oh yeah, I guess I do make those decisions. I think it's great. So let's go down to paper. I didn't end up showing this very well. This was the card I was struggling with last week. I thought I'd go ahead and it's got the little guy inside, double Z or whatever. What did we call this? But it did turn out really cute, even though I struggled mightily on the show. And it did turn out cute. So I was glad of that, and I want to make sure you guys had seen that. These are definitely warm colors. There's not a iota, a scooch, or nothing of cool colors in that. And so I don't think I showed you that one. This one was kind of fun because I cut the bottom off and then just stuck it inside. I think it turned out pretty cute. Yeah, the dust bunnies are from Trinity, and I absolutely adore them. This one, I don't think I ended up finishing this quite either, so I wanted to show you that. So it pops up, and, a bridge card, that's what we were calling it. And it's got that little acetate under there, so tomato, which I have some tiny tomatoes this big. I should be eating them by now, but not so this year. So you are, and I did finish it, you are one scute. That is the spelling for so cute here on Fun University and on Craft Roulette. Tomato. So that one's kind of fun. Definitely warm. And you saw that one. So, all right. That's all there is on that. But I did want to go over those. Let's do the mail call real fast, and then we'll do our make and take. Except I'm just keeping it here, so it's not really a take. I'm just keeping it. This was a great package from Regina Martin. We got all sorts of good stuff to add to your goodie bags. Look out, you're going to get some fun stuff in. Look at this. Some fun stuff coming in your goodie bags. And some of these are nice and flat, so I can add them to. Look at that. I thought that was really adorable. I can add them to itty bitty gifts, too, when they're flat. Look at these stickers. This would be great for labels or tags if we had those on the wheel. Music, there's some notes on there, so you can have that. This would have been real handy when we had rock, but not yet, not to be right now. But I thought those were really, really nice. Thank you so much, Regina. She sent a bunch of stencils, which are super fun for flat mail, itty bitty gifts, and a little Make-A-Wish Creative Memory Wishes and Dreams card kit. Wow, that'll be a nice gift, won't it? And a pretty stamp. And she asked if she could send me something that had been slightly used. And I said, yeah, I can just send it. I can just pack it in with something that's new. So I don't think anybody's going to mind that, huh? Yeah. So So there's that. So Regina, thank you so much. She sent this pretty card. Isn't that nice? And she was thoughtful and did it with a Post-it note because you know how we send them all on. And she's got this popped up, and she did some Grandma Gay style fussy cutting, just beautiful fussy cutting. And just a really pretty, I like all the different textures and patterns going on there. Regina, thank you so much. I'm going to put that up on the wall. Oopsie, I just dropped everything. Ooh. So, oh my gosh, this was from Vicki Tillett, right? Vicki Tillett, yes. Sent this. Look at all this goody goo. Sent a whole bunch of papers. Can you imagine? Those are going to go into goodie bags. I might steal a couple. But they're mostly going to go into goodie bags. That's a lot of paper. My goodness. Sent a beautiful card. I think that might have been a contribution too, or one of the card contributions. She did inside outside. That's really nice. Look at, she put a little gnome, kind of like a watermark on her note. That's cool. These guys are kind of puffed up on some foam. Looks like they're going to catch a star here tonight. But isn't that cute? You did great, Vicki Tillett. Thank you so much. I'm going to put that up on my door also. She also sent some nice ribbons and glitter and some big old honkin' punches. There's another one in here too. Here's another one. Those are nice, super nice. Stamp set. That's really pretty. Another stamp set. Cutting die that says Happy Holidays. An embossing folder for those who don't want to do it by themselves. This would make things so much easier. And I thought this was adorable. Look at those little cups. And coffee beans. They're brads. I'll be darned. Brads. Another stencil. And remember, you may get one of these things or many of these things just because you send in cards week after week after week. Here's a paper pumpkin kit. Super nice. Wow. That was a lot of stuff. Plus, I got all sorts of pretty tissue paper, which I love tissue paper. I'm such a easy date. I'm a cheap date. I am. Vicki Tillett, that was over the top nice. And so was yours, Regina. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Now, tonight, I said this show was about hiding things on the fronts of cards. Okay, this caveat right up front. This little guy is not in the right place. He should have been taller, or I could have made him taller. I am going to show you how to enlarge, because this was the pattern, but it wasn't big enough. So I'm going to show you how I enlarged the cup, the to-go cup. But I thought, I got the idea from Anna Moreno, and she had a to-go cup on her card this week. And since it's almost orange season, I thought we'd get some orange out. So here are all the different places that you can hide something on the front of this card. I'm not talking about inside, because you can do all sorts of pop-ups and pockets and all sorts of things in there. But I just wanted to talk about outside. So when you're thinking about hiding things on a card, think about prepositions, where things go. Inside something, on top of something, what did I say? On top of, under something, beside something, flip it open so you have it. Anyway, so this one has a little pull out, and it says slide sleeve down. So generally, in my brain, I think of taking these sleeves up, but this one is built to take it down. Ta-da! And it looks like a little cupcake holder. And then underneath there, you have a little swivel with a brad, so you can add another little something under there. That's hardly the end of the story, but it is something to create here. So let's make one. And that just slides right up there. Isn't that something? Okie doke. I'm not going to make another one of those exactly. I decided enough orange, we'll go blue. I should have done purple for equal opportunity times, but I didn't. And I just pulled these guys over here. This is going to be the cup, and then I, instead of stars, I made some. Okay, this has got a lesson in it too. I made some snowflakes. There wasn't much left of this scrap. Look, that looks like a reindeer. That looks like a reindeer ornament. I can't throw it away. But there wasn't much left of this little piece of paper, and I didn't want to throw it away with this much space, and I didn't want to put it away, so I went ahead and cut a partial snowflake out, because I figure you can always stick partially a snowflake sticking out, right? But now I've got this place where I can put a reindeer face. Oh, for the love of Pete, will it ever stop? And then we have a couple papers for this front. And then we know that this is 4 1/4 across, right? So these are both scraps. So this guy's going to become, I'm going to have a 1/4 inch border, so an 1/8 on each side. And so this guy is going to become 3 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, so he's 3 inches by 5 1/4. This guy's going to be 5 1/4 by 1 inch. And that's how you use some scraps without having to pull out something new. Looks like this guy's a little bit long. I'll just give him a tidy shave. Okay, gave him a shave. There we go. There's that. That's going to be the base. I can go ahead and pretty much add I'm going to leave the outside edge open in case I want to tuck something underneath it. Do my best Rachel Ray and eyeball centering it. I'm not going to do any, it's got green on it. A cool and a warm green. I can see the yellow breaking through. But I'm not going back to that. I got a pass from Deputy Heidi. I don't want to mess up my chances. Get double indemnity. I don't know what that is. So this was the original thought. Was this guy, but he's small, right? He's just a small, cute little Dixie cup. And I wanted it to be a little bigger, and I think I want it even bigger than this. But this one was a file card. I thought, you can make these without a die. Yeah, I did. So anyway, that's another story. But, so what I did. I'll show you. This looks like it'll work. So I stamped the guy because he's nice, he's easy. He's nothing fancy. He's just got nice straight sides. He's got a little bit of a convex thing going on here and a convex thing going on there. I think we can do something with that. So if I wanted it to be, let's see, I want it to be, is that like a 1/2 inch? A 1/2 inch bigger all the way around. So we'll just make this little line here for our 1/2 inch guy. Whoops, wrong way. And we'll just start marking some 1/2 inch so that we can stay proportionate. Probably not going to go by these 1/2 inch increments exactly, but they might be a little helpful. I'm just lining the 1/2 inch up with the outside of the stamp. Okay. So then we can just start arcing. That's the hard one. Sketching it down. Do a little arc at the bottom. And if that looks good to you, you've got yourself a little larger to-go cup. That's not so hard, is it? I wouldn't do it with anything too hard, because who needs too hard, right? I don't. But you could also make it a little bit smaller. You can make it, I think I will make it go on the inside here. And then as you cut it, you can just keep eyeballing, seeing how well you're doing. See, that's a little long, but I did want it a little taller. But you can eyeball to see how you're doing in relationship to the stamp. And there you go. You've got a bigger to-go cup. We just got grande. Grande to-go cup. So, because there are those days when you want a grande to-go cup. So, okie doke. So that's going to fit right about there. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to stick him underneath there because I want to have this bottom piece. So I'm going to cut them both at the same time. You could stick them on there. I'm okay. I'm not going for exact science because last time I did that, I had to justify cool pinks and cool yellows. I'm exhausted. Actually, I'm exhausted because Kerwin keeps waking me up at night. And he's such a little stinker. Okay. So there we go. We've got, gosh, that's almost big enough for a whole nother one, but I don't want a whole nother one. There we go. So now we've got our to-go cup. What are we going to do about this thing? Well, it's not too big a deal. What you can do is you've got this little edge. It's just the opposite of that. So if you just flip it over. Where'd my pencil go? There we go. Ugh, I had to cross over there. We're just going to use that, the opposite side of that. And then we will have, then we can just draw inside so that we know it has a little tiny lip. Give it some lip. So that'll be fine. And then we can just shade it in. It'll be okay. I think. So this guy's too tall. So let me cut him off. Oh, I'll just do it here. What the heck, huh? Then we need a band so that we can lower, take down his bottoms. There we go. There we go. What are we going to use for that? Well, no. Okay, here's a cool gray. These are not cool. These are warm. They have a yellow undertone. This one has a cool undertone. We don't want that. This one's got more of a yellowy, warmer undertone, so we'll go with him. So all we're going to do is glue him onto this bottom cup. For time's sake. Oh, for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and use that. This is going to be a belly band of sorts. So you don't want to make it real tight. Just like so. And then if you want to make it have a little bit of a convex thing, it makes it a little more realistic, like we're realistic here. And you could at the bottom too, but I'm not. I should have done that before, but that's okay. So there's our bottom. Better gluing, probably advisable. That's pretty too, but you can't see how pretty it is. Come on. So then it goes right in there. Then we're going to, before we stick that on, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and carefully trim that little spot so we have that little slider. And then we'll just, while this is on here, we want this actually to stop here because we don't necessarily want this to come up so we have this little mess down here. No, not a mess. Please, no. So we want it to come down here. And I didn't do this on the original one, but I think it's probably an okay thing. Let me think how you do it. Let's just fold one of these in half. So it's got a little heft and put it in there. Then that'll act as a stopper, and we'll glue those on with my expert gluing tonight. For the love of paint, would you look at that? You just don't want any glue in here because we're going to stick something down in there. So let's find out where we want it to quit. Right there. Did you not get glued on the inside, dude? I guess not. Right there. That way I don't have to put those away or throw them away. They're done. So, okay, so then it's going to go in once everything's glued down. I think we should be okay. All right. So, we're not going to glue the bottom down. This part down because if we glue any of this down, we don't have this slider, so it's going to work. It won't be able to go up and down on the back. So the only part, this is not hooked. The only part that is hooked is up here, and not right there. So just make a pocket, except it's upside down, right there. I think this would be the part that I could mess up easiest. Just one of those, oops, forgot what I was doing. Doop, 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 doop. This would be nice with some inking, etc. Oh, there's that awful. This would be pretty with some flowers and things coming out of it, too. All sorts of good stuff. You're back already? Whoops, what'd I do? I didn't do it right. There we go. Sit. I was just patting down here. Now it works. There we go. Then you can just decorate it. See, there's that partial one. It's just fine. Make that look so. Then maybe one up here on the swizzle stick. What do we have? What do we have? Did I have any more of that stuff? There's some more. A darker shade of the worm. We can just put that right in here. That will be our pull-out here. He can go anywhere. Oh dear. Maybe I should stop him. I guess you could put a little glue right there, couldn't you? But then I don't want him, see, he's sticking down. I don't want him to be so short. He could be a little taller. And if you don't put any glue on the bottom of this, then it can hang out over the top. Come on, mister. Hello, hello. Are you home? There you are. Okay, I got a little extra on there. I saw somebody do this and I thought it was so brilliant just to dab it off. And of course I don't know who that is. Okie doke. This could always go inside too. So you got a nice little diagonal line. That's kind of cool. strong on the diagonals in this card. I want them hanging over that little edge. I'm not being picky at all. Okay, and then this guy goes back. You don't want to have any of the... You don't want these guys, snowflakes, to be glued so that they hold the bottom part on either. Oh, you just have to be wiser than the glue. Okay, so we'll just put our finger over that part so we know that that's not going to get glued. Trick, 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 trick. So now he is just on the bottom slider. He's not going to have much on. There we go. So there's a lot of loose edges. If, you know, on something like this, it's just going to happen. Which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, kind of necessary if you want to have this happen. There you go. And you can put something under there like a little snowman. Or, you know, this probably, if you make it big enough, you could put a gift card. Or look inside. You could just say look inside for a gift card. And then you would have something. And then would we want this on there? Let's look. Let's see what that looks like, shall we? That is just a scrap of paper, and it's kind of trashy. I'm going with dark gray instead of black. This is actually a cool gray, but it's so small it won't matter. Shh. Tell Deputy Heidi. All right. There you've got yourself kind of a fun little thing. I've got a couple more. Let me cut this out really fast because I really feel the need. And then I have a couple more cards just to show you some fun ways to hide things. I'm not going to do make them because it would take forever again. And like I said, Kerwin's getting me up at night. He's such a little darling. It's 4:30. He has all these sounds. He's very chatty. And so he stands out there at the door and just makes all these sounds. And I let him in, and he runs in, and he gets in bed, and you think, oh, this is going to be so sweet. He's going to sleep with me. Heck no. So if you stop petting him, he stops staying. I think, oh. So the next stop in our evenings midnight, no, it's 4:30 in the morning, early morning activities is, this would be real pretty with some gems, is to get him out downstairs. And that's kind of a cool card, kind of a goofy card. I guess this guy should go down a little bit. There you go. So, and then you can put something under there. Yeah, kind of a different card. But here it is in brown and team orange because it's almost orange season. Here we go. What do you think? Fun? I think it's kind of fun. Oh, the old yellow is not a cool color team. Holy smokes. Some yellows are not. This is a fun card I made years ago. It says birthday wishes. It's all puffed up on some foam because you've got a little lever here. And that's old Eunice. Now, if those who were on the original Fun University will recognize Eunice, she was our technical gremlin. And she'd pop up every once in a while. She was hilarious. She had her own AI series. And anytime anybody wrote Eunice's name, she would say something snarky. But that's a fun thing to hide something. I always had a cat that came up out of pumpkins and different things like that. But that's a fun little thing. So I'm not sure where you find that. This one is something that can be hidden too. This was one I think I did on Craft Roulette or something once upon a time. And you just pull this guy out. It ends up and you get a secret message. And not only that, you get a bookmark. So that was pretty fun, I think. I did it with some photos for a friend of mine when I found some old photos of her kids when they were little. And you just have to, this is the great time to be able to use dies that can hide each other. So that one works real well. And you just do another band across. No, not hard at all. And then you have it on the back. So anyway, that's another way to hide things. And then this one, this is a Z fold with some warm yellows. And it's got lots of hiding places. It has a pocket. This is also a warm pink. Very warm pink, warm yellow. Not anything cool on here at all. And then the Z you fold over again, and then you can put in a little bookmark, a little list, a little tag, and that just makes a pocket. Anytime you have two pieces of paper going together, if you do glue three sides and not the fourth, you'll have a pocket. So think of that when you can make it really ridiculously fun. But I think that one is really fun with the warm pink and yellows. And then I made this one last year. I don't think I ever showed anybody how to make it, but this guy is on a slimline. Nope, he's on a little chubby, and he's a gnome, and I drew him, and he can grow legs, so you can hide his legs. Eunice is back. You remember him, don't you, 5K? So you can make him just grow some legs. He just has a sliding mechanism in there, but how fun. I just think I smiled the whole time I made this card. So, yeah. You'd have to give him some instructions, I think. I don't know. Maybe you'd have to have give him a pill, and he gets tall. Meow. You've gotten so tall. Wouldn't that be a cute card for some kid that's growing so fast? Yes, I bet it is your favorite, Christina. So those are ways to hide things on the front of a card. Just think of prepositions. Under, besides, under, over, around, inside. Yes, I don't know, any of those things. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Oh, what a night. Yes, you're pulling my leg. That would be really cute. We do want to thank our patrons. We made it to 100. You guys are awesome. Kiss your brains 100 times. We are going to have a party. Mark it down. August, I think it's 13th. It's the second Saturday in August. We have a game that we're working on. It's going to be fun. And at least I'm enjoying making it. I think you'll enjoy playing it. So, yes, 100. And most of them, as you can see, are fun friends. I did do some math, and again, check my math, get that red pen out and see if this is true. So I do 8 lives a month. I surprise myself when I hear that. And it's about 12 hours a month that I'm on. I know it's going to be a fun party. It's about 12 hours a month that I'm on live. And that's about 62 cents a show. Isn't that crazy stuff? And then that's 2 cents less than a postage stamp. So, or 2 cents more than a postage stamp. And by the hour, my free content is I get about 41 cents an hour if I was paid by everybody that watches, which I don't. So just a reminder, we are not sponsored by any companies. We do have spin sponsors, but that's all for you guys. We are not paid by anybody to do these shows. And we're thousands of dollars in the hole. So I have no problem saying, please, if you have a few shekels laying around in your pockets, please just join us for a month or two. It would help us out a lot. And we got 100. Plus you can join us on the Zoom call. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have chat time. We're going to have game time. We're going to have chat time. And it's going to be good. So Friday night, we have Marianne Samuelson coming on Craft Roulette for our episode 123. I did change a couple parameters today. The patrons now have the question. It's on the blog that you can ask the question for Marianne. And the fun supporters on up have the polls to be able to vote their veto. So that's all over on our blog. I know I was going to put these all away. Maybe you don't want bonus content. That's cool. But this is just what our bonus content people got for our Monday classes in tutorials, which aren't very big, but there are a lot to them. But these are all the cards that I often did videos on for just the Monday thing. And it's on a blog, so it stays there. It's fine. And that's for Fun Friends, and everybody gets all that. So anyway, just FYI, that's the kind of stuff that $5 a month will get you. But join us Friday for Craft Roulette 1, 2, 3 with Marianne from Rabbit Hole Design. To you all, pink and yellow, the new cool colors. Hey, but blue is a warm color. Yes, that's right. All right, we'll talk to you next time. We'll see you Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Night, night.